Hi there, Steve Stine here again. I had some requests, so I'd like to get to some of those right away here. The first request is Brain Stew by Green Day. Now with this song, it's very, very easy to play. It's a great beginner's song if you've just started learning how to play power chords. And so I'm going to do the standard, though. I'm doing it tuned standard. If you wanted to play along with the song, you'd actually tune down a half step. But I'm just going to show you how to do it with my guitar that's tuned in standard right now. So what you're going to do is make a power chord. You're going to go to the 6th string, 5th fret, okay, with your first finger. And then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to go to the 7th fret of the 5th string. And then you're going to take your pinky and you're going to go to the 7th fret of the 4th string. Now, when you play power chords, of course, the key is that you want to make sure that when you strum, you're just making little small swipes with your wrist. So you're kind of hammering on those top strings as opposed to making big wide strums like that. Not that you couldn't, but it just makes everything easier to get back real quick in terms of time and speed. Okay, so with the power chord, you only want to strum the top 2 or top 3 strings. You don't want to strum those bottom 3. Okay, and again, to make this real quick so you can get to your song, some people play the power chord without the pinky, which is perfectly fine if you just play these top 2. I usually tell students to press on the top 3 and just try and play the top couple. If you accidentally hit the 4th string, you're still going to be fine. Just don't hit any further than that, okay? So anyway, that's how you're going to make your power chord. So you're going to move from the 5th fret, strum it twice, and then you're going to kind of karate chop across the 6 strings here. You're just going to touch those strings to keep them quiet. So when you go... You touch those strings, you're going to move to the 3rd fret, and then 2nd fret, and then the 1st fret, and then what you're going to do is you're actually going to move down one more fret yet, which is going to be open, which if you think about it, if I'm on 1 and 3 here, if I move down again, this is going to become a 0, and these guys are going to become 2. But instead of playing these 2 fingers like this, we're making a power chord with our first finger, pressing on the 5th and 4th strings at the same time. And again, we're just strumming those top 2 or 3 strings. So I'm going from 5 to 3 to 2 to 1 to 0. Just over and over and over. Now, there is a little while later in this song, another guitar comes in and you'll hear it just doing this clicking. And in order to do that, I'm just touching all 6 strings. And that's going on underneath the... So you can't actually do both parts at the same time, but if you were with a friend and you guys were jamming this song, your other friend could be doing that in between there, okay? Then what happens is we move this exact same chordal pattern, but what we're going to do is we're going to start scratching in between. So it sounds like this. So you see right there what you could do. You'll notice I'm doing them down up, but you could do them all down if you wanted to. So what I'm doing is when I'm strumming those 2 and I want to start scratching, I got to let up on the pressure with my hand. So you'll see what I'm doing is a technique I refer to as scratching. And again, if you watch some of my instructional videos, you'll see me kind of talk about that. So by lifting the pressure, I'm just getting the scratching sound. Okay? So you could down strum these, you could alternate strum these, whatever's comfortable for you. It really doesn't make any difference. So here's down strumming. Okay, and here's alternate strumming. Sorry. The one with the alternate strumming, you just have to be careful that you don't hit too many strings. And again, always remember you can protect yourself with a power chord by simply touching the bottom 3 strings with the rest of your index finger. So when you're pressing on that 6th string, you just lightly lay against everybody else. Okay, and then you add your other 2 fingers on. So just remember, your first finger should be relatively straight. Don't try and curl around to purposely miss the strings. With a power chord, you don't want to miss the strings. You can just lay across them. And unlike a bar chord, you don't have to push down on everybody. You're just laying across there. So this note is making sound, and the other ones aren't. That way you can protect it, so if you do accidentally strum too far, or when you're scratching or anything like that, you won't hear those strings. See? So that's how Brain Stew goes. Okay, then we add in those scratches. And then at the very end of the song, there's no scratching at all. You're just strumming the whole thing. So right there, you're doing very much like a typical song where you would just be strumming down and up and making up a strumming pattern within there. So that is a quick tutorial on Brain Stew, a very easy but fun song to play by Green Day. So please make sure that you click on the link and request some songs if there's anything you'd like me to teach you.